Once again, subscribe to the fl0m Clips and Highlights channel, and I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful day. And it's official. I mean, we already talked about this a little bit, but I think this is, Liquid should be thanking Falcons. I don't think this move happens without Falcons getting the trio from Heroic. This is like such a clear upgrade. It's such an upgrade. It's insane over Yikinder. Sorry, Yikinder. I actually like you a lot. You need to get your ego back because you're better than how you've been playing. You look great. But NertZ is just, yeah, he's dude. NertZ is, I don't want to say the best rifler or something, but he's among best riflers in Counter-Strike at this current time, in my opinion. I believe NertZ was first, by the way. NertZ leak happened while Falcons were still looking at Jambo and Udrix. I just kind of doubt it, James, I'll be honest. When the leaks come out versus when stuff like this move got done way too quickly for a player of his stature. I definitely think that they probably knew what was going on for a while. It just wasn't finalized. Leaks are not necessarily the order of operation. But that's just me. That's my opinion. Yeah, it says he narrowly missed out on top 20. It's because if you guys don't know, NertZ had a bad, NertZ didn't do great on like big moments. And HLTV really prioritized that. But in his defense, Heroic wasn't full strength really a single time this year, except for the major. And at the major, they looked great. So it's whatever. I think anybody that's been watching Counter-Strike has watched his journey would not. This guy's cracked, man. He is an absolute monster. I think he fits in great, in terms of what he wants to do in the server. I think the only thing, and I've said this with Yikinder on the team too, Liquid needs somebody. This is what he looked like, by the way, for last year. I want you to look at how he finished the season. NertZ is a great replacement for Yikinder, but there's still a fundamental flaw, I think, with JKS and NAF on the team. Putting too much pressure on. It's weird. They're the only team that has this situation where Apex is your IGL going in and making a play in dying and then setting up other players is fine because it's ZywOo, fl0m's gonna be Rops behind him. Liquid's problem, and this is not to insult them, I just would rather have Twist in the clutch than NAF or JKS. So NAF or JKS have to take on, I think, a little bit more responsibility in opening up rounds alongside NertZ, and then let Twist pick when he wants to. I think that's Sponge said JKS and Twist are taking more aggressive positions in this lineup. Yeah, that makes sense. And JKS was it FaZe? Chat? Yeah, it was FaZe. When JKS filled in for Rain in FaZe, he went for more space taking. He went for space creation. He looked good at it. I think he can do it. I just want to say that I think that NertZ signing for Yikinder is good upgrade, will make the team better, but they also do need to change how that team was operating, and it sounds like they recognize that based on what you guys just said, Sponge said. So that's good. You're not just making a roster change, you're understanding that fundamentally what was going on in the team wasn't right. And that was true when Yikinder was there too, as well, by the way, guys. I want to say that it was a long time coming. He had a terrible time on Liquid when he started IGLing and then got off IGL. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. However, I also think that entirely way too much reliance was on him to do anything on the map in the early rounds for Liquid, which made it even worse for him. So that's I do want to say that as a little bit of a, I think this is good. I mean, there's not much else to add. I didn't really expect them to be able when people were calling for Yikinder's head all the time, I'd be like, but for who? And NertZ would have never popped into my mind because I thought Heroic was looking like they're in such a solid position. So I think, yeah, this is a sick signing from Liquid. This really does make the team, I feel dramatically improve. They really feel like a real top 10 team now. Before, I felt like Liquid was kind of, yeah, sure, you're top 10, but I didn't really feel like they had real chances of consistently beating any of the top teams above them in big time games. Was Yikinder holding them back that much? Yes. But also, like I just said, they also weren't doing anything in the team to support him. It felt like it was him all the time, trying to just do all this stuff in the first 30 seconds while everybody else just kind of chilled. Or maybe Ultimate would too. That's what I'm not just saying Liquid's going to be top 10 or fighting these top 5 teams just purely because of NertZ. I'm saying that because they also, we're quoting Sponge here, but they recognize that the aggression being left solely up to Yakinder was not working, you know? So it's good. I think overall it's good. I think this is a great signing. I mean, based on just like personality wise too, I think this guy is great to have for the team. I always have seen NertZ get quite animated and seems like he, like outside looking in, he always seems like a relatively positive force for his team, which also would be good for them.